First of all, through God, all things are possible, so jot that down.
Gotcha.
What do you mean through Sigmar?
Hey everybody, we're back. We got a short episode for you today, trying to get back in the swing of things. Everyone's been super busy. We had 4th of July. Ben had a baby. Lots of stuff going on. So hope you enjoy this nice little episode. We'll have a longer one for you next week. We'll do a Sylvanas Battletome review. Hope you all enjoy. Hey everybody, welcome to the Lord of the Realms podcast. We're back with another episode. I got old Buckster with us.
What up?
You there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure can. And then I got
right.
Eric Sweet D.
That's Sweet D for y'all.
So, Buck, what have you been doing, man?
A whole bunch of shit. Let's see here. Played a few small games of AOS. Teaching some people. There's a guy here in Skytook that I've been teaching how to play, just using the Flesh Eater Courts half of Carrion Empire and the Stormcast half of the starter box. Just trying to teach the rules, and played a couple games this weekend. Played another one, I think, last weekend. And then on Monday, went over to his house, and his brother came over, and I ran a game for them. Or really, they played, and I just kind of clarified stuff as they were going through it, and spent the time painting up my Heresy army. But other than that, it's been about it. Trying to get more people into the game so I can have more people to play with closer to home, so I don't have to drive so damn far.
Yeah, driving to Oklahoma City or Wichita gets tiresome.
Right. I did go to Top Deck this past Saturday. I got there late, so I didn't really see everybody there, but there was a decent amount of Age of Sigmar going on. I saw Paul. He just finished up a game, and there was probably 2 other games going on when I got there, and apparently there were more before I had showed up. So, I mean, that's promising. Just need to get there and see if I can't help that grow a little bit, so we can have a little bit of a Tulsa community going on.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Like you never hear about them posting any games, but usually the people say, "Hey, we're doing this day. Come hang out." Like I only knew about it because Billy told us.
And then he didn't
know shit about it.
Right.
Yeah. We'll try to see if we can get more stuff posted to get more people there. But, I mean, it's a good mix of people and a good mix of armies. So, it's exciting.
Cool. Eric, what about you, man? What have you been up to?
Oh, I've been painting off and on this new totally free people army. So that's been pretty cool. I'm working on it right now, actually. And we played some games, quite a few, actually. So can't wait to talk about those meeting engagements. Other than that, man, just nothing. Working on the Empire Army, playing some meeting engagements.
But yeah, mine's pretty much been the same. I bought 2 new 2,000 point armies since the last was on.
Oh yeah.
I bought a Corn army to go with. Well, I have the Sarkaon. I had to make an army to go with it, so I just made 2 armies to go with it.
Why not?
So I bought a bunch of corn stuff like Slaughter Priests. I got 30 Bloodletters, a whole bunch of shit, and I got a bunch of Tzeentch stuff now. So I can build Archon 2 ways. But yeah, other than that, I've been doing a whole lot of nothing since the Flying Monkey. Been taking a little break, pretty much. Having a baby boy, so that's what the main thing I've been worried about doing. So that's then Ben. He's not here because
Sigmar?
No, I'm not.
Feels like a missed opportunity, but okay.
If only the wife would let me. But yeah, old Ben, he had a baby, so a little baby girl.
Everybody's
So
just having babies.
having babies and being busy. 4th of July happened, so I haven't had time to play any games besides the games me and Eric and Casey played. So hey, let's talk about those games. That was actually pretty fun. We played about 3 games of meeting engagement one night.
Yeah.
We each played 2, so you had to be
Yeah.
3 games. I math. But so yeah, we it's a lot of fun. I think it's gonna be really good for new players and a little change of pace for sure.
Oh, it was way different than like a regular game. Had to really
Well,
kind of strategize a lot differently.
oh yeah, for sure. It wasn't just here, all my stuff's on the board. I'm gonna charge you turn 1 and win. It was actually to think about what you're gonna put where in your list, which I enjoyed.
Yeah, even though like the army I played, it it didn't really benefit the free peoples splitting all
Mm-hmm.
my guys up like that.
Right.
But even so, it was a lot of fun.
Well, I brought 2 lists. Like my corn list, I had a big giant model, or not a big giant model, just a bunch of big models that cost a lot. And then my Zinch list, I had a big Lord of Change, which didn't help a lot, having just a one big model and then a bunch of little units that didn't do much. Because the Lord of Change didn't come until turn 2, which kind of hurt me a little bit.
Right.
So, but yeah, like you set up, depending on the mission, you set up one army, and at the end of the turn, one part of your unit or one part of your army comes in, and then at the end of turn 2, another part comes in. So, which is really really cool little escalation to it. So
Yeah, and the objectives are interesting because they're scored at the end of the round, right?
oh yeah, which is totally different. Which I kind of like that because you can't just soak up points real quick at like each turn. It's like you have to really strategize for ahead of time. Like, well, he might get to go there, so I need to try to stop him from getting there, so at least I can score, not him. Because you score for objectives and you score for wounds that you've killed, not necessarily units, but wounds total. Yeah, because I think in our game, like we were neck and neck. Like I would score more wounds, you would score more objectives, and I would score more objectives, you'd score more wounds. Then went up in like the last turn. It finally, I think you scored both objective and
Yeah,
wounds.
but it came down to like that last turn
Mhm.
and you rolling complete garbage on your Mighty Lord or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, it took a mighty Lord of coin.
Korgos, yeah, or
Yeah,
whoever.
yeah, the guy who removed stuff that didn't ever remove anything, and we were in
Didn't
combat.
remove shit.
We were in combat for all 4 turns, weren't we?
Yes.
And
Yes, we were.
one little guy with
Or
2
no, no,
griffin.
no, no. We weren't. 3 turns
3 turns.
because the Griffin didn't come on until
Yeah, oh yeah, because of the behemoth
turn
thing.
2. Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed our game. I enjoyed me and Casey's game too. He played his Night Haunt, and I think he beat me in that one too. I lost both my games, but they were both really close. So
How long do those games take?
Not that long.
no, I think we got those 3 games out in less than 3 hours for sure.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. Easily less than 3 hours.
Hmm.
And I think the sweet spot for a RTT, if you do meeting engagements, is 4 games.
Yeah, 4. I think if you try to get the 5th one in to do like what it would be like a GT. If you want to get your GT in, it'd be a little bit of hassle. But I think you're right. 4 games is where it's going to be at, where it's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, you want to talk about our games?
Yeah, go ahead and talk about your game with Casey. I already talked about kind of our game a little bit, but
I mean, you kind of sort of touched on it.
yeah, go ahead, man.
Well, my game with Casey, he was playing was it Legion of Grief or Night Haunt? One of those? I think it was Night Haunt.
I think it was 9 on, yeah.
And he brought some Spirit Hosts, the the knight guy that teleports things around the table. Lady Olinder, which, yeah, you know how I feel about Lady Olinder.
Yeah, right.
And some Chain Rasp guys and something else. There's like some weird wizard thing he had. I don't remember what it was. Maybe it was a banshee. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh, it was the Briar Queen.
Briar Queen. Okay, sure. And it was that weird one where he deployed his rear guard first, and I deployed my spearhead first, and it was played long ways, and each turn another portion of our army would come in on opposite long edges near our deployments.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a couple objectives, 3 objectives spread out along the middle, and I was able to, like, his first turn was basically spent just moving up his branch or whatever the fuck that hero is.
Yeah.
And I was able to I had a free guild general on the horse who has a 12-inch movement, so I spent the command point to make it auto run 6 and just took the middle immediately.
All right.
And I grabbed the back objective with my handgunners. And so I was able to, like, basically I got out ahead, maintained control of the more objectives than him throughout the entire game. And just brought on my, mass of swordsmen and more wizards and handgunners, and threw a griffin, a big old distraction griffin, right in the middle of his spirit oaths and everything. So, yeah, I won that one pretty handily. But that being said, it was still fun. And I was able to do a lot of shenanigans with the musician and the handgunners, the interactions with that, and the night hunt double, like, after they do their charge, they immediately fight or whatever.
Yeah.
The musician for the handgunners, the way it's worded, basically that resolves, and then the night hunt double attack thing resolves.
Yeah.
Which is nice because that means a couple more shots. And yeah, man, he got into my backfield, but then he was countercharged by my guard, and that was pretty much it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that didn't help out too much.
No.
But you said
he did kill my griffin, but
that was half the battle.
Well, it was a distraction. So, hey, look at this big scary model. You definitely want to stay in combat and kill it.
Mm-hmm.
So it worked, and that was pretty much that game.
Cool. Yeah, my game with him was like I said, I ran the Tzeentch list against him. Like, my main thing for that was just take a Lord of Change and the 50-point Purple Sun and see what happens. So, but it would Purple Sun didn't do much because he had a lot of 1-wound models. So, I mean, I think 50 points is pointed right for it. But I just didn't have the units to really take over the objectives. We played the one where it's like a shifting objective where, like, 1 is worth 3 points at any time if you roll for it. It just kind of stayed in his side where I couldn't get to it.
So he just racked up points.
Yeah, he just racked up points. I think I got wounds most of the time, but it was only worth 2 points per turn, while the objective was worth 3. So in the end, he won, but it was still a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. He ran the same list he did against you. So, but yeah, I mean, like our game, what I ran the Korgoth guy. We kind of talked about it already. The Slaughter Priest with the Axe of Justice. I made a
Fuck that thing.
I made Eric super salty about that one. He's like, when do I get to move this? I'm like, you don't.
And I was like, what? All right, well, I'm going to try and dispel it. You can't. What the fuck?
It was doing
No
pretty good.
interaction. Fuck
Yeah.
that thing.
And then I rolled that 5 up to keep it on the battlefield. I was like, it's staying and doing more damage next turn.
Great.
Yeah, there was a lot of carnage on the field, especially with my charge and knights. I ran Chaos Knight. I ran basically a Khorne Slaves of Darkness list, which was actually pretty fun. I enjoy the Slaves of Darkness. They're not like super OP, but they're still fun. They still last a while. So, yeah, that was pretty much our game. You ran the same list against me as you did Casey, so it all was pretty fun. I think I want to play some more medium games for sure before I make a real stand on it. But I think I'm gonna like it for sure for a little hangout. Let's just play some games for fun and not be super competitive. Because being competitive and stuff is fun. I enjoy being competitive, but at least you can be competitive and still just kind of hang out and do whatever, which is kind of what I did.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, man, that's all the playing I've been doing. Been doing a lot of building and painting. I painted almost half this Khorne army already. So.
Yeah, you've been knocking it out with the new contrasts.
Oh yeah, contrast. Those are. Like I told Eric, I've drank the Aethermatic Kool-Aid. I put it on everything now. So, but it's just a really cool color.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites so far.
Yeah, I had to use Aethermatic in the Black Templar right now. It's only 2 I have.
The Black Templar. So I have Flesh Tear's red and the Black Templar, and I'm using a couple colors for my Empire stuff. Or Free Guild, sorry. But that Black Templar is fucking fire.
Yeah, I mean, it just put it on. It's like it makes it where you can prime white and you can do really good detail in other colors. Because my problem when you painted black, you had to paint black like 3 coats just to get it covered. Yeah. And then I always wound up missing a bunch. So this is basically just a wash of black, and it turns out amazing.
You can't find that shit anywhere now. It is gone.
Have they not made any more yet?
I have no idea, but I've checked every store in Tulsa, and nobody has it. They haven't had it since release, and I put my name on a list at Top Deck to get some when it comes in.
I know of a spot that has some.
Dang, I was just in Wichita today. I should have stopped to pick some up.
Yeah, I was about to say, Bam has some at Wizards Asylum. Shout out to Wizards Asylum.
Well, we had a big store.
Yeah, we need some paints.
Paper Games is cool, but its miniature selection is lacking.
Well, I understand why they don't have quite the community that everyone else does yet. So we're gonna try to get it there once everything gets settled down for me, for sure. So, and hopefully we can get them where they're selling more shit and having more people around.
That would be cool.
For sure. So
maybe they can burn down that fucking what's that damn store right next door?
Big Lots?
Yeah, fucking Big Lots.
Made it where there's like no parking now.
I know. I pulled up. I was like, why is this parking lot so goddamn full? Oh, fuck that place.
There's another giant store. It's funny. So, but yeah, there's let's talk about news and stuff. There's been a ton of stuff to come out. They actually released the Sylvanas Battletome finally.
Woo!
I know Buck's happy.
Took long enough.
Buck's got a little Bucky boner.
Little Bucky boner. That's good stuff.
No, it's a Woody.
Ah.
Hey!
And the puns continue.
It's awful. Are you sure you're not a father?
Dude, they're doing a good job of keeping up with releasing really shitty dice for the factions.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god, these are useless.
They have like so many different symbols and bullshit on them.
What the fuck am I looking at?
I think
Yeah, I
the
saw those.
Skaven ones are the best ones of that
Oh yeah.
generation shit.
Mm-hmm. Alex gave 1.4. But yeah, we'll probably do a review as it comes out this weekend, doesn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, we'll do our own little review probably next week on it and get something out for that, what we think. And other than that, we got Warcry coming out 2 weeks. Pre-order this weekend.
I think I might pre-order. I'm not sure though.
I probably gonna get it. I'm gonna get the starter and probably the Daughters of Cain faction cards.
Are they releasing all of those factions at release, or are they coming out after?
Yeah, I think all the cards are coming out at release for the factions they've announced.
Awesome.
So you can get the Iron Jaws and Flesh Eater Courts, all that stuff for them.
Cool.
So, but there's only like select like troop type units that you can take, which is cool. But basically, it's from what I've gathered from it and seen like previews for it, it's like Underworlds without the deck building, and then a lot more of the features from AOS with like an added toughness value. So
It's like Kill Team.
it's basically like Kill Team, yeah, but with swords and sorcery.
With actual cool models that people like.
Mm-hmm. Just hope it's not like I know Buck has a bad taste in his mouth from Kill Team.
Kill Team sucks.
I heard him playing it with Jason. He's like, "Fuck this. This is stupid." It's like, dude, someone's salty over there.
Me salty? No, never.
I've never seen Buck salty.
Yeah, but it won't be. I think the shooting was
Everyone
the problem with that game.
Pull up that picture of Buck. You know the one.
I'd almost forgotten about that.
Oh, I will never forget about that. In fact, you know what? I'm going to put that on the Facebook page after this episode is done recording.
It's funny. So, but yeah, I think Warcry is gonna be a lot of fun. I'm definitely excited to play it. I get everything Age of Sigmar related. I'm a Age of Sigmar fanboy. Why we have a podcast, I guess.
Is that why?
Is it being a fanboy, or is it just respecting a good game that isn't garbage like some other games?
I mean, they killed fantasy. Come on now.
They killed fantasy. I really like the lore. That's why I play Kmart Warhammer.
I miss the old lore. Now it's all slapped together.
I miss the old lore. Listen, you fucking retards. The lore didn't go anywhere. It's still part of the fucking setting.
Yeah, right. It's still some of the same people. You got Gotrek Bag.
Well, yeah, here's the thing. It's still the same lore. It's just in the past. The same shit happened. It all still exists.
We're basically in like 12th edition now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or 12th edition fantasy. That's all you got to tell yourself.
And hey, people actually play it now. So there's that.
Yeah, sure enough.
Playing since the first General Handbook came out, honestly.
Right. So, but then this weekend we have, what is it? Warhammer Open Day, whatever it's called.
Yeah, and rumors point to an announcement of a new battle tome, likely ogres of some variety.
Well, I think the rumor was they're going to reveal 3 battle tomes for the rest of the year.
Shit.
Of what's coming out. So the rumor one was ogres was possible tome. Yeah. And then 2 others.
I hope there's a brand new army in there.
I think there's. So here's my thought. It's going to be 2 of the legacy armies that are going to get, a couple new models, like, Daughters of Cain or whatever the fuck.
Right.
And then 1 new army.
I think it'll be 2 legacy armies, like you said, like ogres or Soulblight, and then they'll redo Tzeentch. That's my theory.
Please don't do Soulblight.
You always say that. Don't do this to me.
Yeah. Do not do Soulblight. I will be broke.
It's so good. But yeah, I mean, the rumor is that because remember that picture that they saw with the different factions on it? Like one was released
Oh
already,
yeah.
and then they had ogres, and then they had Soulblight on there, and then like all 4 Chaos Gods for the Chaos one. So because they already released Slaanesh, Khorne, and they just need to release Tzeentch for the new books, and they're done. Because Nurgle was the first one they did, technically.
Yeah.
That's been a while too, hasn't it?
Are they gonna reuse Tzeentch? Yeah, that sounds lame.
But yeah, last January was the Magic Kingdom Nurgle Battletome. So it's been a year and a half. It's extremely outdated book now.
I'm holding out for new light elves.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it might happen because everyone's all that line for season 3 of Underworlds. That might be like a high elf faction.
That would be cool.
Yeah. So you never know.
That would be terrible because I got to buy all this Sylvaneth and then I have to buy all this elf shit. So, God.
If they come out with
Be
like
stuck
dark
up
elf,
on elf shit.
depends on how these elf armies look. I might be spending a lot of money there with one of them or both of them. I don't know.
So what's your dark horse prediction for army release? Something off the wall.
Off the wall. I mean, well, we know.
Like Bretonnians come back.
No. I don't know what new armies they're going to release, but I mean, you definitely know all the factions they put in the General's Handbooks are going to get battle tomes at some point. So I think that without guessing a new army, like a brand new faction, I'm just looking at the old school ones. I think the most off the wall one released would be maybe Darkling Coven or
Cool.
Order Serpentis. Though they could just roll those into the new High Elf and Dark Elf things. So I'm not sure.
My dark elves would be like a Leaders of Hammerhall. Or is that how you say that place? Like the big giant city. Hammerhall.
It's just Hammerhall.
Hammerhall. There you go. So like, because there's so many different like factions of people that live there. Like a lot of the free people are there. There's like that weird dwarven city there full of weird dwarves that wear like tree armor and shit. So they could do something crazy like that if they wanted to, where they can kind of combine all the order stuff back together if they wanted to.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. But we'll see. What about you, Buck? What do you think?
I mean, I'm really just holding out for new elves, but other than that, Dark Horse, I don't know. I think a new dwarf faction, more old school, but somewhat updated. I don't know. Something
Maybe like a better dwarf faction.
Exactly.
Like everyone, I think people have a right to be pissed about the dwarf lore right now. I think 'cause they're all just mercenaries. There's no grudges or anything like that. And with the Gotrek coming back, that'd be pretty cool. Have like a Gotrek type army where he has all the dwarves hanging out with him. They're all pissed off, like Uncle Ruckus.
Bunch of pissed off dwarves.
How it should be.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so we really don't have a topic today. We just kind of want to get on because we haven't got on to a while, and just wanted to take a little chit chat, get an episode out, let you know we're still alive, and freaking busy. I mean, yeah, we don't have any events till like August that I know
am
of.
going to change that. Well, I guess it is August as well. We get a meeting engagement going in August, so.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd definitely come to that. But yeah, the only event that everyone's planning is War Games Con. So I think there's John said they're up to like 90 plus people.
Damn.
So we're getting close. If we can get them to 120, I think that'd be awesome. So
Yeah. That's a month away.
that's like a little over a month, isn't it? Because that's
It'd be a month this Friday.
damn right. Yeah, sure enough, exactly a month away.
You got to get a lot of games in between here and there.
Yeah, me too. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to take. I think I'm just going to take the Archaon corn list because it's just a really small list and easy to pack around and move models around and play.
Yeah,
What are you going to take, Buck? New Sylvanas Tome?
probably.
Dude, I think you're good to go, man. I think the problems you were having before aren't going to be as prominent, like the Flesh Eater Court thing that you're having problem with.
Oh yeah, new stomp's gonna be great.
Yeah, because even if he charges you, you can still have your stomp to rely on. But now you can get off turn one charges like no problem. I mean, I was thinking about it. I mean, I'm not sure. I have to read the rules again. But from the sound of it, you could get the cogs plus your little life swarm deal that lets you charge an additional like +5 or so. So you'd like pop them up in a forest like 9 inches away with a +5. You only have a 3-inch charge, right? 4-inch charge.
4-inch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Which
still
is-
fail it. Don't worry.
Yeah, right. Which is pretty good, man. I mean, I think with the trees you'll be zoning people out better because people want to get on the tree, so you don't summon stuff there to turn one charge them. So I think I have a lot of tools with the new tome for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff. I'm excited to dig into it. I'll have to pick up an actual physical copy.
Mm-hmm.
For armies that I actually play, I like physical copies a lot better than digital. I don't know why.
Yeah, same.
The tactile of opening it and turning the pages, it makes the shit stick better. That makes sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I agree with you.
So I'm really looking forward to it. And I think I could be wrong, but I think there's something that an artifact or something you can take where for Durthu he doesn't degrade as fast.
Oh yeah.
So that would be awesome. Take a couple extra more wounds before degrading from 6 damage to D6 damage. I mean, that's huge because with the way I roll, it'd probably be a bunch of 1s and 2s on that. So, yeah, I'm excited to try it and see what I can do with the hunters and the shenanigans there. I mean, figuring out, I'll have to be a lot better with my placement because I kind of suck now because I relied heavily on, if I fucked up my placement, I can just move all these units to where they actually need to be, and now you can only do one.
Right.
So I'm gonna have to get a lot tighter on that. But I mean, with a couple, I'll probably take 2 or so units of Tree Revenants just to pop around the board as need be. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited for it, and I'm really ready to drop a lot of cash on the new stuff. So
Nice. Well, that's cool, man. I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
So
Good.
But yeah, new meta's shaping up kind of different, but kind of the same. Like a lot of the overseas tournaments, you're seeing like 0 Flesh Eater Courts, like anywhere in lists. Like there's been 2 like second place Iron Jaws lists now, which is awesome. I know. I taught Casey to play because he had a small Iron Jaws list before, but now he's actually buying stuff that I told him about. Iron Jaws might be good again. Because what they got was basically they have a command trait for the army, which if you target a unit, if it's outside of 12, you can move. If it's within 12, you can charge. If you're within 3, you can attack again. So what you do is they have a spell that you could pick up unit and place it on the board. So you just place that unit outside of 12 and then command point it to move. I think they have a run and charge possibly where they just move and run and charge outside of 12. And then they'll be right there in combat turn 1. So I think that's what's winning tournaments right now because you see these giant blocks of 40 Ard boys just wrecking things. So I think that's kind of the shtick of the Army right now. So, which is pretty exciting. I like to see armies that haven't been perform well. Like, we had a second place devoted to Sigmar at a overseas tournament win, which was pretty shocking.
What tournament was that?
What was that one? That was the. I'm not sure if I still have it on my phone or not. I can look at it real quick. It's on AOS Shorts. It's kind of where I follow like tournaments and stuff. AOS Shorts or the Honest Wargamer. They have a lot of tournament reviews. It was. Doesn't say.
Perfect.
Yes, it is perfect. Yeah, I just have the name of the armies and stuff. But yeah,
That's
check
the
it
kind
out.
of quality content you can expect from Lords of the Realm.
We keep it hard hitting here. But other than that, what is it? Shit. Legion of Grief has won 2 second places as well. These are like 100-person tournaments.
Legion of Grief
60
has
person.
popped up out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah. Well, with a lot of the point drops for units that are really good in the army, actually helped it out. So, like the what is it? The Banshees, or if you dispel a spell, they get another extra attack.
Yeah, that's good.
And you take them 12 strong, where they get like +2 or +3 to dispel. So basically, they're just getting like a +2 attacks and just wrecking stuff. So I think they were pretty high rend and like 2 damage apiece or something like that. D3, I forget what it is. But yeah, it's super good. So, and then I think Slaanesh has been winning them though, so they're still a pretty top army right now because they haven't really received any changes and they can still just summon like a mad.
Yeah, they have a ton of summoning.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably the best summoning in the game right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because you can just like Corning summon like maybe 1 or 2 units a game, but more than likely you're gonna use them for the other abilities. In Tzeentch, you have to rely on getting spells off, and if they're not dispelled, so you might get 2 or 3 there. Nurgle, you might get 4 or 5, but Slaanesh, you're getting like everything back. Like you're getting full Keepers of Secrets back and fucking whatever you want. Because I think the chart's off on them. Like it needs a redone. Because you just get so many points. So, but anyway, I'm tapped. To things to talk about.
Tapped the fuck out.
So,
Done.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this we can keep a little short, but we got nothing's really been coming up, so haven't been able to get an episode in really. So we'll probably definitely talk about
everything at this weekend Warhammer Fest World, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Warhammer something. Open
Mm-hmm.
Warhammer. Fucking
and the Sylvanas Battletome. So we'll have a good episode for you next week for sure. Maybe we'll have a Ben.
Hopefully we'll have a Ben.
Maybe we'll abduct a Ben. He's still actually right now on a 9th age rant, so he hasn't stopped.
So we'll have a good rant for you when he comes back for sure. He'll have something for us. So, but anyway, guys, we're gonna end it there because I think we talked about all we could talk about.
Yeah.
All right. Well, later, fuckboys.
I forgot my sign off again.
Fuck.
Jesus.
Was it later, nerds?
It's close enough, yeah.
Whatever.
Later, nerds.
Fuck you.
Buck is never salty. Oh, check that out, by the way. It's up right now.